Hello, McFatter Technical High School students and parents. It is Thursday, October 22nd. Welcome to this week's set of updates from McFatter. I am Jeanette Johnson, your director and principal here at McFatter Technical College and Technical High School. And with me, as always, our assistant director in charge of the high school, Mr. Daryl Harris.
Hello there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Harris. And our magnet coordinator, Miss Lily DeCastro.
Hi, guys.
Hope you two are doing spectacularly. We finally are getting a little bit of sunshine after the terrible we've had. Drill on campus today. It was supposed to happen yesterday, but we held off on it because of the pouring rain. So happy to see a little bit of sunshine peeking through the clouds. We wanted to bring you several updates, some of which apply only to our on-campus students and several of which apply to all of our students. So we'll dive right in. First, we had some updates from Ms. DeCastro regarding lunch for our on-campus students. Ms. DeCastro.
All right, so on campus, we no longer have staff members standing at the east and west side of campus before school. So it's really important that our students who are here that day place their order if they wish for us to provide them with lunch. Today we had 3 students order. We were a little bit under. So tomorrow, starting tomorrow, October 23rd, we need students to place their orders to have their lunch here for them.
And remind them again how they do that, please.
You will go on to Quia. Miss Madhu has actually given you 2 slips of paper to give you the directions. So go into your backpack. It is there, but it is the Quia survey, and I'll include it in the notes for this meeting. Great. Online.
And they need to do that, remind me again, by what time each day?
By 9:30, 9:45 at the latest. The order goes in just after that, so we won't see it after that.
Perfect, thank you. And again, that's only for our on-campus students, obviously. And then you also have some information about PSAT for our students who will be taking that coming up shortly. Could you update us on that? And again, this is going to apply to students who are currently already coming on campus, as well as some students who are currently in remote learning.
Absolutely. So the PSAT will take place next week, Thursday, a week from today, on the 29th of October. And it begins at 9:15 in the morning. So we need to have the students on campus by 9:15. The test is scheduled to end at approximately 1:15. So sometimes it goes a little bit longer, sometimes it ends a little bit sooner. Students who are here and remaining for the whole day, we will have a space for them to be present in their virtual classes after the test is over. But the test we'll have some students who will get picked up. So don't come too soon, don't come too early. Any students whose parent will pick them up early before the school day ends, remember they still need to take their virtual class for that afternoon online, and B, they will have to come to the high school guidance office to sign the student out.
Okay, so let me just revisit this a little bit just to be sure that not only I, but everyone understands. Obviously for our students, this is our 11th grade students?
Correct, only the 11th grade, sorry.
So for our 11th grade students who are already on campus learning, they don't really need to know anything differently other than what they've been doing. It's just they'll be taking the PSAT that day.
Correct.
Now for our students who are in remote learning, who are coming on campus to do the PSAT, what I heard you say is that if they need to remain on campus for the entire day, we will have a location for them where they can remain until the end of the regular school day at 4:10 to do their classes.
Correct.
But that if they have transportation and want to leave when the test is over, they can do that, but will need to sign out from the high school office, correct?
By a parent or guardian, correct. Okay. Students can't sign themselves out.
And then what can you tell us about lunch arrangements for the students that day?
We will go around and do a count for those testing rooms in particular to see if they require us to provide them with some food or if they brought their own. So we will have a lunch count in all of those rooms.
And that will happen that day on campus?
Correct. Only in those testing rooms. The other students, we expect them to follow the Quia protocol. Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying.
Sure. And then the final thing, I know you've been reaching out to families and you haven't heard back from everyone. We're trying to clarify. We don't want anyone to assume that they're automatically going to get bus transportation if that's what they're relying on. So what can you tell us about that? If the child is planning to come, but the parent can't provide transportation, what should be happening so that that's taken care of?
They should reach out to Miss Fussell at tamika.fussell@browardschools.com. We've heard from the majority of the parents, and for the most part, they're going to bring them to school. They've had enough notice. And there are a couple who've asked for a bus, so we're going to try our best to get a bus for those students in the next few days. It's just a little more complicated with transportation, but I've been very clear. They know it's like fingers crossed. We hope to get that bus. We're going to do what we can.
Perfect. And then I apologize if you're already communicating this directly to the families and I just don't know it. The students who are normally at home, when they get here that day, will they know already where they need to go? And if not, how will they find out where to go in order to test?
Well, surprise, we're going to ask you guys to help us on that morning to be out there with lists.
At the ends of the malls.
Correct,
Okay.
but we're also going to try to reach out to them with their individual assignments. But in case something changes at the last minute, the challenge is we can't post it on walls anymore. So
Right. But there will be people here. They won't know in advance, but there will be people here to tell them where to go.
correct.
And we do need to be sure and remember, students, you need to remember to bring your masks. You'll be required to wear those all day. Okay, great. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Castro.
You're welcome.
Mr. Harris, you have some information. Again, this is for all of our students, both the on-campus and the at-home, regarding something showing up in their Canvas that the district is asking all students to do. Talk to us a little bit about that, please.
Sure, Ms. Johnson. Well, as you know, during the course of the school year, we've already been sharing and kind of creating activities to deal with our social and emotional support of all of you. And this is a continuation of that activity that we continue to support each and every one of you throughout the entire school year. And with the district, this is actually a district initiative. And this is ReThink Ed. And it's a tool that all of you will see when you log into SSO. And there's an assessment that you need to take. And it's not a pass or fail, so don't worry about that. It's a 15 to 20-minute assessment, and it really is to measure the mood and the status and the attitude of our students. And when we get this information, actually the school gets feedback, we share it with our counselors, we share it with our teachers, and we actually will incorporate it into the curriculum on a daily basis. So if I actually, as an administrator, walked into a classroom, I need to see that our instructors are creating a great environment for each and every one of you to support you emotionally, socially, as well as create activities on campus so we can continue to support you. So please, within the next week, you should see this on your SSO sign-in page. It's called ReThink Ed. Only takes 15 to 20 minutes. Questions just about how you're feeling, the mood that you're in. And we know that's all across the board for each and every one of us, including the adults. But we need your feedback so we can continue to support you daily, not just with activities in the beginning of class, but through embedded in our curriculum each and every day.
And then once it appears on their SSO, when do they need to complete the assessment by?
Good question. We want to complete it before Thanksgiving break. So like I said, you should see it within the week, and you have 15 to 20 minutes completed before the Thanksgiving break so we can compile the data and make sure we're doing the right things to support you each and every day for those of you that are on campus as well as those at home.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Do we know if it's going to be found in that section called surveys again, like the last few were?
It should be based on the meeting I was in yesterday. It should be in that area, but anything changes, I'll make sure that we update students within the next week by our next meeting time when we do our meeting.
So
Okay.
in the past, it was favorites, then surveys, then all of the other apps, because some students had trouble finding
It
it.
should be in the survey section.
Okay,
Right.
just making
So
sure.
please answer it, because how you feel is very important to each and every one of us. We want to continue to support you each and every day.
Yep, and we know that it's a tough situation and it's a constantly evolving situation. So it's important that we're able to get that temperature of how our students are doing.
Absolutely.
I know you also wanted to do some gentle reminders around the concept of a Harris.
So one of the things that you may not see it, but we have a school improvement plan that we all work on. We develop those throughout the course of the year, at the beginning of the year actually, but we have to implement those, track those, give feedback quarterly about how we're doing in so many different areas. And one of our areas that we definitely focus on is attendance. So I really want to say, students, please make every effort to log in every single class period, every day, if you're feeling well, so you can participate, because we have goals, and some of you may have already received the call, but if you're missing class, You know, you may get a call from your counselor. You may get a call from our social worker. We want to support you in these difficult times, but attendance is very critical, that you're here, you're engaged, that you're learning. And this is just not an issue for McFatter, but an issue around the entire country, with attendance not being as good as it normally is. But we want to support you. So log in each and every period, every day, so we can know that you're there. And if you're not there, you'll probably hear from us because we want to take care of you and support you.
Absolutely. And then I had two brief announcements as well. First thing, I wanted to remind everyone that the first quarter has now officially ended. Teachers are in the process at this point of finalizing grades, and parents, you can expect to see report cards made available November 12th. So we wanted you to be aware that report cards would come out November 12th. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is a fun thing. Thanks to our McFatter SGA, those students who have been with us in prior years know that we have a tradition here around this time of year with a quite highly anticipated McFatter Halloween costume contest for all of our students. And we are not letting COVID get in the way of that. So we are encouraging all of our students who are interested to participate in a Halloween costume. You can, the date for it, obviously Halloween itself is Saturday. So this will happen on Friday, October 30th. We are encouraging students to participate. Our students who are on campus who are participating will have an event at lunchtime in the center of the mall, being able to recognize students who are dressing up. And then what the student government is asking students who are at home to do is to look up the McFatter student government Instagram page, and that is McFatter SGA, McFatter SGA, all one word, on Instagram. And what they're asking is for students to take pictures of themselves in the costumes, post them with that tagging McFatter, and then there will be a virtual, normally what happens is we have a big contest where we judge based on levels of applause. And instead what they'll be doing this year is they'll be doing voting online, with prizes given out to our winners. So we hope that all of our students who normally love to participate in our costume contest every year know that that opportunity is there, and we encourage you to participate. And of course, I suspect some of our teachers may be showing up for class that day in costume as well, because we have quite a few staff members who usually like to honor that occasion as well. So I wanted to mention that. We know it's, again, not the same as what we're usually able to do on the mall, but we wanted people to know that we are trying to keep alive some of our traditions, and we hope people will participate and have some fun with that. That is all I think we wanted to talk about this week. Mr. Harris, Mr. Castro, anything you think we've missed?
I'm good.
Just appreciate the moments of sunshine, guys.
Absolutely. With that, we will sign off, and we wish you all a lovely weekend, a successful week, and we will see you back here in a week again. Have a good time, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.